Hello everyone! Welcome to Voice Vocabulary. Today, you will learn English through a powerful motivational story. This story is about a simple boy with a big dream. His name was Daniel and his life was about to change. But not in the way you think many people believe. Success comes quickly. They think one big moment changes everything. But the truth is different. Success comes slowly, step by step, day by day. If you feel stuck right now, if you feel like nothing is working, this story is for you. Listen carefully. Try to understand every sentence. And if you can, repeat the sentences after me. Are you ready? Let's begin. In a small town in Ohio, there lived a young boy named Daniel. Daniel was simple. He was quiet. He was not the smartest in his school. He was not the fastest. He was not the most popular. But he had something. He had a dream. Daniel wanted to become successful. He wanted to build something. He wanted to change his life. But there was a problem. Daniel did not know where to start. Every day, he watched successful people on television. He read books. He watched videos online. But he always felt confused. Daniel was confused. He had information, but he did not know what to do with it. He asked himself, "Why am I not moving forward? I read the books. I watch the videos. But nothing is changing." Days passed. Weeks passed. Months passed. Nothing happened. Daniel felt frustrated. He thought, maybe success is not for me. Maybe I am just not good enough. Have you ever felt this way? I think many of us have. One evening, Daniel was sitting alone in a park. He looked tired. He looked sad. He looked lost. Daniel was not lost in a forest. He was lost in life. He sat on a wooden bench. He watched the sun go down. He felt very alone. Then an old man came and sat beside him. The old man had white hair. He had kind eyes. He had a small smile on his face. The old man looked at Daniel. He asked, "Why do you look so sad, young man?" Daniel was surprised. A stranger was talking to him. In American culture, strangers sometimes talk to each other in public. In a park, on a bus, in a coffee shop. This is called small talk. Americans use small talk often. It is a way to be friendly. It is a way to connect. Daniel looked at the old man. He said slowly, "I want to succeed, but I don't know how." The old man nodded. He was not surprised. He said, "Tell me, what did you do today?" Daniel stayed silent. Daniel was silent for a long time. Then he said slowly, "Nothing important." The old man nodded again. He said, "That is your problem." Daniel looked confused. "What do you mean?" The old man leaned forward. He spoke clearly. He said, "You are waiting for a big change, but you are ignoring small steps." Daniel thought about this. The old man continued, "Every big journey starts with one small step." Daniel had heard this before. He had read it in books. But hearing it now, in this quiet park, from this quiet old man, it felt different. The old man opened the notebook. He showed Daniel a page. On the page, there was a simple drawing, a long staircase. At the bottom of the staircase, it said, "Where you are now," at the top of the staircase. It said, "Where you want to be." The old man pointed to the stairs. He said, "How do you climb these stairs?" Daniel answered, "One step at a time." The old man smiled. "Exactly." Then he said something Daniel never forgot. The problem with most people is that they stand at the bottom of the stairs and they look at the top. And they feel tired before they even begin. Daniel felt those words deeply, because that was exactly what he was doing. He was looking at the top. He was imagining the difficulty. He was feeling exhausted before taking even one step. The old man closed the notebook. He looked at Daniel kindly. He said, "Tonight, when you go home, do one small thing, just one, not 10 things. Not 5 things, one thing. Can you do that?" Daniel nodded slowly. "Yes, I think I can." The old man stood up. He smiled one more time. Then he walked away, quietly, into the evening light. Daniel sat alone again, but this time, he did not feel lost. He felt something different. He felt hope. That night, Daniel went home. His apartment was small. His desk was messy. There were old coffee cups on the table. There were unread books on the floor. He sat down at his desk. He thought about what the old man said, one small thing. So Daniel opened his notebook. He picked up a pen. And he wrote one sentence, just one. "My goal is to start my own business." He looked at the sentence. He read it again. It was small. It was simple, but it was real. He had written his dream down. In America, there is a saying, "If you write it down, it becomes real." Scientists agree with this. When you write your goals, your brain takes them more seriously. This is called a written goal. Daniel had written his first goal. He closed the notebook. He went to sleep the next morning. He woke up at 7 a.m. He did not feel amazing. He did not feel completely motivated, but he remembered the old man's words. One small step, so he did one thing. He searched online for free business courses. Just looked, one small step. He found a free course. It was 30 minutes long. He watched the first lesson. That was it, that day. He did one small thing, and the next day. One more small thing. Now, I want to be honest with you. Daniel's journey was not easy. Some days he was excited. Some days he was motivated. But other days he wanted to quit. Quit is a very common English word. People say, "I want to quit my job." Don't quit. He quit the team. But there is also a famous American expression. Winners never quit, and quitters never win. Daniel remembered this on his hard days. There was one day in particular. He had been studying for 3 weeks. He tried to build a small website. He worked for 5 hours, and then the computer crashed. Everything was deleted, gone. Daniel put his head in his hands. He felt like crying. He felt like quitting, he thought. Maybe this is a sign. Maybe I should stop. But then he did something small. He stood up. He walked to his kitchen. He made a cup of tea. He stood by the window. He looked outside. He watched people walking on the street. Everyone was moving. Everyone had somewhere to go. And Daniel thought, "I will not stop today. Tomorrow, maybe, but not today." He went back to his desk. He started again. This is called resilience. Resilience is not about being strong all the time. It is about getting back up. Even when you are tired, even when you want to quit, even when everything seems wrong, you get back up. Daniel was learning resilience. After 2 months, Daniel had learned many things. He had finished 3 online courses. He had built a small website. It was not perfect, but it existed. It was real. His website sold handmade crafts, things made by local artists in his town. The first week, he had 0 sales, 0. He felt discouraged, but he did not quit. He told 5 friends about his website. He posted on social media. He sent emails. The second week, he made his first sale. $7, $7. It was not a lot of money in America. -$1 can buy a cup of coffee. But for Daniel, those $7 were everything. Because they proved something. They proved that it was possible. He called his mother that night. He said, "Mom, I made my first sale." His mother started crying, happy crying. She said, "I always knew you could do it." And in American culture, this phrase is very important. I always knew you could do it. This is what Americans say to encourage someone. It means, I believed in you, even when you didn't believe in yourself. Daniel felt warm inside. He went to sleep that night, smiling. Months passed. Daniel kept going, every day. One small step. Some days, he learned something new. Some days, he made a new connection. Some days, he simply kept his website updated. 6 months later, Daniel was making $500 a month from his website. That is not a lot for some people, but for Daniel, it was a turning point. $500 a month meant people trusted his work. People were paying him. His idea was working. He began to invest more time. He worked mornings, he worked evenings, he learned marketing. He learned customer service. In America, customer service is taken very seriously. Americans expect fast replies. Americans expect kindness. Americans expect solutions. Daniel learned this quickly. He replied to every message. He solved every problem. He said thank you to every customer, and people noticed. They left positive reviews. They told their friends. Word spread. 1 year after that evening in the park, Daniel walked past the same bench. He was wearing a clean shirt. He was walking with confidence. And there, on the same bench, sat the old man. Daniel stopped. He could not believe it. The old man looked up. He smiled. Ah! The young man from the park, Daniel sat beside him. He said, "I took your advice." The old man raised his eyebrows. "Oh, and what happened?" Daniel smiled. He said, "I started a business. It is small, but it is mine." The old man nodded slowly. He said, "How did you do it?" Daniel thought for a moment. Then he said, "One small step at a time." The old man laughed softly. It was a warm laugh, a proud laugh. He said, "That is all it ever takes." They sat together for a while. 2 people, 1 bench, the same park. But Daniel was completely different now. He was not lost. He was not confused. He was not exhausted before he began. He was moving forward, 1 step at a time. Before we finish the story, let's talk about what Daniel learned. Because these lessons are for you too. Lesson 1. Start small. You do not need to do everything today. You only need to do one thing. One thing today, one thing tomorrow, and the next day. This is called building a habit. Good habits build good lives. Lesson 2. Write your goals down. Not in your head, on paper, or in a notebook, or on your phone. Writing makes your goals real. Americans have a great saying for this. A goal without a plan is just a wish. A goal without a plan is just a wish. Don't just wish, plan. Lesson 3. Hard days are part of the journey. When your computer crashes, when your sale falls through, when nothing seems to be working, remember, that is not the end. That is the middle. Every success story has a difficult middle. The middle is where most people quit. Don't be most people. Lesson 4. Celebrate small wins. When Daniel made his first $7 sale, he called his mom. He celebrated. Small wins matter. They tell your brain, this is working. Keep going. Celebrate every small step forward. Let's review the words we learned today. Repeat each word after me. Word 1. Confused gives not able to think clearly. Word 2. Frustrated gives upset because you cannot achieve something. Word 3. Lost gives without direction. Not knowing what to do. Word 4. Silent gives making no sound. Word 5. Ignore gives to choose not to notice something. Word 6. Goal gives something you want to achieve. Word 7. Quit gives to stop, to give up. Word 8. Resilience gives the ability to recover from difficulty. Word 9. Confidence gives belief in yourself. Word 10. Habit gives something you do regularly, almost automatically. Excellent! Now let's review the idioms and expressions. Expression 1. Winners never quit gives successful people keep going even when it is hard. Expression 2. Put your head in your hands gives to show extreme frustration or sadness. Expression 3. Turning point gives the moment when something important begins to change. Expression 4. Word spread gives when information moves from person to person quickly. Expression 5. A goal without a plan is just a wish gives you must plan. Not just dream. Very good. And that is the story of Daniel, a boy who had a dream. A boy who was confused. A boy who felt lost. But one evening in a park, an old man gave him one piece of advice. Take one small step, and Daniel listened. He took one step, then another, and slowly, his life changed. Not overnight, not in 1 week, not in 1 month, but step by step, day by day. Now, I want to ask you something. What is your one small step today? Maybe it is watching this video. Maybe it already is. Maybe your one step today was choosing to learn English. If so, you are already moving forward, and I am proud of you. In American culture, people often say, "You've got this." So I am telling you right now, you've got this. Your English is growing. Your confidence is growing. Your future is growing. One word at a time, one lesson at a time, one small step at a time. Thank you so much for watching Voice Vocabulary. If you enjoyed this story, please like this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a new story. I will see you in the next lesson. Keep going. Don't stop. You are doing great. Goodbye for now.